Today, again, we're adding fractions and you're going to have to give your answer as a mixed number and in its simplest form. I'm going to show you a slightly different method for doing that. So, I've got 22 over 24 and 6 over 8 here. Again, they've got different denominators, so we need to find a common denominator. Well, I know my 8 times tables, 8, 16, 24. So I can actually use 24. It's only this one, this fraction, 6/8, that we need to change. Well, 8 times by 3 gave me 24. So whatever I do to the denominator, I must do to the numerator. 6 times by 3 gives me 18. So now we're doing 22 add 18. Well, that would give me 40 over 24. And now, this is the difference today. I'm actually going to simplify the fraction before I convert it into a mixed number. So I think about 40 and 24. Well, they're both even. So I could simplify them both by dividing by 2. And I could keep dividing by 2 until I get to the simplest fraction. They're both divisible by 4. So I could do the same, divide by 4, divide by 2, and keep going until I end up with my simplest fraction. However, the highest common factor of 24 and 40 is 8. So I'm going to use that. I'm going to skip out all the other steps and divide the numerator and denominator by 8. Well, 40 divided by 8 is 5. 24 divided by 8 is 3. So the simplest fraction would be 5/3. That is much easier now to convert into a mixed number. Because remember, the denominator is how many parts there are to the whole. Well, if I've got 5 parts, 3 of them will make one whole. Because I've taken 3 parts out to make the one whole, I'm left with 2/3. So my answer, and in its simplest form, is 1 and 2/3. Let's take a look at another example here. So we've got 3/6 add 4/5. Well, I think about my 6 times table. 6, 12, no, neither of those in the 5s. 18, not a multiple of 5. 24, not a multiple of 5. 30, yes, that is a multiple of 5. And no, because it ends in 0. So, I'm going to use 30 as my common denominator. 6 times by 5 gave me 30. So, whatever I do to the denominator, I must do to the numerator. 3 times by 5 gives me 15 over 30. 5 times by 6 gave me 30. So I must do the same to the numerator. 4 times by 6 is 24. I add those two together and it gives me 39 over 30. So again, I need to think, is there a common factor for 39 and 30? And yes, there is. It is 3. So I can divide the numerator and denominator by 3. So 39 divided by 3 will give me 13. 30 divided by 3 will give me 10. So now 13/10 into a mixed number. Well, remember the denominator tells me how many parts there are to a whole. So, didn't mean to put that in there. How many parts there are to the whole. So I can make one whole here because I've got more than 10/10. So I've used 10/10 to make the one whole, which leaves me another 3/10. So my answer in its simplest form is 1 3/10. It's up to you which strategy you use. You can use the one from today, where we convert it, where we simplify the fraction before making the mixed number, or you can use the strategy from yesterday. Turn it into a mixed number and then simplify from there. It's up to you. Best of luck.